What's going on, boys? Welcome to today's video, where you'll see in the background the black Skyline is officially gone. I was pretty chuffed with it actually. Managed to get rid of it pretty quickly once I had it painted and all listed up. I think it was about 7 days in total that I had that thing up for sale and it was gone. So it was definitely priced to sell, but it certainly needed a little bit of love to get it back on the road. So that's all good. I'm glad that that thing's gone, to be honest, because she was starting to really drag on and take up a lot of my time, and for no real sort of fun gain. Like, as I said, it would have been great to plus T it and actually turbo it, get it going as a street car, and do all that fun stuff. But yeah, the change of direction kind of killed the fun in it, I guess, a little bit. So that ended up kind of putting that to rest, and yeah, onwards and upwards. Said it before, but on to better things. So with that gone, the idea was to sort of put most of the money into the red car, which we have slowly been chipping away at. We've kind of been fitting up the new kit that we've had lying around, trying to get the wheels to fit a little bit better. And then I guess you could say a curveball arose. Something kind of popped up that I kind of wasn't really in the market for at the moment. But it was just one of those deals that was too good to say no, and I just sort of thought I'll pull the trigger on it and just get it done. And as you would have seen from the B-roll, that would be a 1JZ GTE motor, complete with bloody everything that goes with it. So essentially this is what we have. It's a non-VTI 1JZ. I'm fairly sure it is a genuine GTE. Just going from a few things on the block and the head. Don't ask me what they are, but someone I was talking to said that it had something that made it a turbo motor. I can't think of what they are right now, but I'm not too sure what it's out of either. It does have some mid-sump kind of setup, which looks like a bit of a custom jobby, so that will have to be getting seen to. I'm not too sure what that means it would be out of. I guess maybe a Soarer or maybe a Chaser. I've actually got no idea. I don't know these things at all. But all I know is that I have to get a front sump to fit it in any kind of Nissan. So, because that is definitely what it will be going in. But moving on, we've got some fancy Chong cam gears by the looks, protected by some fancy Chong bloody cam cover there, which will all be going. I'm not too sure about these adjustable cam gears. Don't actually know if they're any good or not. But we'll assess that as we get further into it. And then moving on to the hot side, we have a hell of a turbo setup. Some very large, beefy twin scroll manifold here. Very old school style teal gate. I think I measured it up. I think it's about a 45. And then this big old girl is supposedly a HX50. So I hit up Steve Merch, who is a local turbo builder here in New Zealand, and he kind of confirmed that it looks like an HX50. It doesn't actually have any kind of specs on it. It's just got a bunch of markings, but it's got a 0.96 rear housing. Front housing's clearly rather large, and yeah, just a big old girl, to be honest. So whoever was building this motor was planning for some big power, so that's my guess anyway. It did come with, it's got ARP head studs, came with ARP flywheel bolts. So once we do get into tearing it down a little bit more, I'll be interested to see if there's any more fancy bits inside. It did also come with a full cold side as well. This is obviously your factory runners, and then it's got factory injectors in there, some fancy AN fittings on the end there. It came with a clutch, and it also came with a big boy intake manifold plenum. So this big old girl, 80mm throttle body, I think it is. Doesn't actually look too bad, but it definitely is a cheap knockoff one. So the plan kind of is to essentially sell everything off it attached to it, which should inevitably pay for the motor. Because, as I said, I really wasn't in the market for a 1J, at the moment, but it just popped up and it was kind of too good to be true, and it still kind of is too good to be true, to be honest. And that's pretty much what's gonna eventually go inside the red car. So I'm not gonna lie, if I wasn't so deep into building the latest rendition of the RB20, I'd seriously consider abandoning the RB ship and just sort of going full tit with this thing. I'm not convinced that the RB20 can't be reliable just yet. I think that a lot of the problems that I've had has been kind of my own fault. I've kind of done one thing without doing the other. So that's, yeah, which I'm sure most of you would have seen by now, but that's basically what the plan of attack is. So for everyone saying, oh, don't abandon the RB20, because I feel like that's why most of the people are here anyway. It's kind of what got this channel going, was the red car with an RB20. The plan is to still go full steam ahead with that, and always to have an RB20 in the fleet. Now this has been kind of a little bit of a loose plan that I've had for a while, but without giving too much of it away, 1J in the red car, RB20 in something else, and then a 25 in another car. So it's like a dream little plan that I've got here that I'm still kind of got flowing in the motions. I don't know how it's all going to work. I don't know where the money's going to come from, but this is essentially step one of what's going to be happening to that car. And for the meantime, I'm going to get it looking pretty, and then, to be honest, it's just going to sit there. I'm not going to do anything with it for a long time. I reckon I probably need like a good, I don't even want to know, probably a good 10 grand to throw at it for it to be anything that I really want it to be. In other news, what is going on with the red car, you may ask? Not a hell of a lot. As I said, I've been fitting up this new body kit. I picked up a bend bumper the other day for an absolute steal, which was a bit of a score. So obviously that needs to be painted. I'm still working on the guard over there. I've kind of been fitting up the rear bumper. Just all these little bits and pieces while we wait for the new motor to arrive. Which probably a little update on that while we're here too. So the block ended up having a blown head gasket and a melted piston. So we've had to go oversized pistons. So I managed to get some brand new OEM Nissan pistons, 0.5 over. So that's, we've got that getting machined at the moment, got the rings that have arrived, the pistons have arrived. So a friend of mine, Harry, is putting that together as we speak. And then we'll deal with the head after that. And then once we get that all going, we can get it back, fit all the new things to it, and then we can think about giving the bay a refresh and just sort of seeing how it's all going to form from there. I'm still on the hunt for an RB25 big box because I just want everything to be right this time. So many times, I've actually never had it where I've gone to a track day and everything's just worked. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to do it all right. I don't really care how long it takes. The updates might be a bit slow this year because of that, but that's just what's going to happen. Do it once, do it right. Attempt 3, I think it is. So good ECU, obviously, and all, just basically everything that's going to make it reliable. So this time, when the RB20 goes back into the red car, there'll be a 1J watching it effectively happen, and hopefully I'm thinking a bit of a scare tactic that when that goes in, there'll be a JZ over there watching it saying, you better not fuck out, you better not fuck out. So, you know, put a bit of fear in its eyes, and then hopefully it works from there. So, don't know, might work, might not, but that's there, just in case. Little reminder, RB20. So anywho, that's pretty much gonna wrap it up for this one, guys. Sorry, it's not a very exciting one. I actually haven't been doing a lot car-wise at all. I've been rearranging the shelves over there. I've been putting some drawers in the ute, put the canopy on it. All very riveting stuff that I'm sure you'd be dying to see, but I'm just not going to film that kind of stuff. So hopefully we get the RB20 back shortly, and then we can hook into that and get it all bolted up, get all the new fancy bits on it, and we'll go from there. So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.